Hey guys, what's up? It's Sean, Autotopia LA. Today, June 6th, our new item is live. We've got two of these shirts. We got the white one, we got the black one. We've also got the two pairs of socks. I highly recommend jumping in and grabbing some. We also have our podcast live now, Autotopia LA podcast channel on YouTube. It also exists on Spotify and Apple. With that said, today we're jumping into something that's completely bonkers. I'll be honest with you, my palms are already sweating a little bit. I'm a little bit nervous about it, not only because of the background of where this guy comes from, which is doing crazy, stupid, bonkers shit on a regular basis, but also the concept that this thing makes more horsepower than I'm usually comfortable with. You'll probably recognize this guy. Ron, why don't you step in and let's dig in on the details of this thing, Sean? Man. You see the sweaty palms?
I feel it.
I do. I'm telling you, I'm a little bit scared.
It's a little toasty today. I'll give you that much. Dude, this thing's tame. There's no bolt-on body fenders. There's no huge wing. You're fine. It's all good.
Yeah, but you also come from a world where you guys are just known for doing some pretty stupid stuff, let's just say.
Yeah, real dumb stuff in cars. I've somehow been able to make a living off of that. Dude, what a blessing, right?
Yeah, true.
Being able to do dumb things on cars, put it on the internet, and somehow get a paycheck from it.
Yeah.
What a world. What a world.
Totally.
Yeah.
Let's dig in on your Evo.
Yes, so this is a 2006 EVO 9 RS. I love these cars. I always have. The Evos, the Subarus, the STIs, and for me, the main reason is it's not a JDM thing, it's not like a tuner thing. I come from the rally world. That's where I worked for the longest time.
Sure.
And this was really the last generation of cars where the manufacturer had to make certain things off of the assembly line for it to be legal in racing.
Yeah.
So these cars got real diffs up front, real diffs in the back, a proper all-wheel drive system from the factory plumbed for anti-lag. The ECU has all these little things that you could trigger for launch control and flat foot shifting from the factory in 2006.
Right.
To me, I nerded out on that, right? Because it's like at the end of the day, the base Lancer, which all my homies love to call this thing a Lancer. I'm like, all right, that's cool, let's go, let's race. I love the fact that like the base of it's a grocery getter. You look at the interior, you're like, am I in a 96 Purcell? Like this sucks. But then they do superhuman stuff and they can make all this crazy power.
Yep.
And to me, that's what makes these cars heroic.
So when you bought the car, was it an all-bone stock car or it had already been messed with a bit?
Messed with a little bit. I have a little bit of history with this car. I used to live in New Jersey, did a bunch of track days, a little bit of autocross, and a friend of mine worked in tech. He bought this thing brand new off the lot. So this thing was on racetracks from day one. It had maybe 15 break-in miles on it, and he was hammering it.
I love it.
He moved out here to California. We got out of touch. Cruising eBay one day, I see wicked white EVO 9 RS. I'm like, oh, let's throw a bid in. I look at the username, I'm like, oh damn, that's my buddy Char. So I give him a call. He's like, hey, I'm moving out of country. Do you want to buy it? I'll give you a good deal. In 2013, I bought this thing, 50,000 mile EVO 9 RS for 15 grand.
And it was white at the time?
It was white, yes.
Okay.
Still is white. This is a wrap and
Oh,
carbon.
got it, okay.
I bought it off of him. I lived in Utah at the time. You get tons of snow.
Yes.
You get tons of unplowed roads. First thing I did, I get this thing, put it on stock suspension, 15-inch wheels, snow tires. That was a terror. I started doing ice racing. I started doing canyon roads.
Oh, wow.
Imagine doing Angeles Crest, but in the snow.
No.
That's why I got this thing, you know? And it was my daily driver. It was my hammer on it in the snow. In the summertime, I would do track days, and I would just wail on this thing.
Yeah.
One day in 2017, I was pulling out of my neighborhood. Really dangerous intersection. Dude didn't see me, smoked the whole front end.
Oh, bummer.
The whole front part was caved in. Like, it was horrible. Heartbreaking. So I'm like, okay, it's an opportunity. I'll look at other cars, see what else I could buy.
Fuck that.
I don't want anything, man. I want this thing back. It didn't get totaled, thankfully. I was like, all right, I'll get an insurance check. Let's just go ballistic on this thing. And I started working at Hoonigan at the time, and you know, we started getting access to tuners and builders and parts and all that. It spiraled, as it does. I gotta replace a hood. Might as well be carbon. Gotta replace fenders. might as well be carbon.
I mean, why not?
I don't have to replace doors, but the same company makes carbon doors, so throw those on there too.
Just to keep it uniform.
Exactly. You got all this carbon, you can't just make 300 horsepower and have all this carbon, right?
God damn it, he's right.
Let's bump it up, stroke the motor, full rebuild, big turbo. It's like, okay, I'm making all this power, all this torque, need a better transmission. I love rally cars. I love sequentials.
I know where you're going here, man.
You know how it goes? I could go on. So it spiraled into what we see today.
Can we pop the hood and take a look at what you've done under here?
Typically when you see an Evo, they do one of two things. They do road racing or drag/highway racing.
Yeah.
I wanted something that made drag-ish power, but could also handle. My dream was a 10-second car that could handle and do donuts, do gymkhana stuff, hit the canyons, but also drive daily.
Yeah.
We bumped up the capacity of the motor. So these come 2 liter, bumped this up to 2.2. Did a bunch of head work, Cali's billet crank. We did rods, we did custom pistons, the whole 9. I mean, we did a whole bunch of stuff to it. So fully built motor.
So what do you make power-wise with this thing now?
Today, as it sits, it's 630 to the wheels. At one point, it made 802.
Oh, God.
And it was just too laggy down low.
Right.
So we downsized the turbo, did actually a cast manifold, smaller V-band. It's a Garrett G30 770 with a 0.75 hot side. And that really woke up the lower end, you know? So you have a little bit more of that power band.
Yeah. That's a great power range too for a street driving car. I mean, let's be honest, it's still a lot of power to deal with on the street.
Yeah.
All-wheel drive is going to help that out, so you're probably not blowing the tires off.
That's the crazy thing. In first gear, maybe, but I put a lot of work into the drivetrain of this thing. So you're dealing with, in these cars, 3 diffs. One in the back, one in the front, one in the center. The center diff is actually in here, but for illustrative purposes, I will draw a center diff there. This thing, in second gear, you hammer it, it just goes. 1.5 way cause diff in the rear, so that lock up, on acceleration, full lock, on decel, partial lock. 1 way in the front, so it doesn't understeer everywhere, and an active center. You have G sensors front to back and side to side. The ECU is taking in throttle input, steering input, yaw, Gs, everything at once to tell the center diff, am I sending power to the back? Am I sending it to the front?
Oh, wow.
What am I doing? Yeah.
Wow. It's a sequential in here, right?
It is, yeah. On a transmission, you have a couple choices on these. You could either shift really slow at this power level, not happening. You could get a built transmission, but those are good for like maybe 500 horsepower. I like driving these cars hard.
Yeah.
Right? So a sequential was the real answer.
Yeah,
So I have an X shift 5-speed sequential. The nice thing is, it uses the stock bell housing. You plumb it on, a little bit of ECU work, and you're good to go. Flat foot, you do not lift, you just pull back on the lever.
It's the best.
Yep, best
Nothing
thing ever.
like the shift of a sequential, dude.
Exactly.
I mean, DCT nowadays has gotten to the point where it's
faster.
It's pretty damn close, but it's not. It doesn't quite, in my opinion, it just doesn't hit you as hard. It's not as
for
visceral.
sure. Straight cut gears.
Yes.
You get that.
Oh, yeah.
DCT shifts faster? Yeah, but does it make that noise? No.
No. So now I got to assume that you've maybe messed with suspension a little bit as well?
For sure. Yeah. That is a big one. The suspension's fairly simple on these cars, just a McPherson strut, but I did Öhlins road and track coilovers. I have Vorschlag camber plates up top, custom spring rates. And that's really, I mean, you know, every bushing you got to replace.
Yeah.
You do camber arms and all that. But really, it's all off-the-shelf stuff. Stock subframe, lower arms are stock. The biggest thing is tuning the diffs again. I'm such a nerd, but I love diff tuning. Diffs are so much of the handling of a car, because especially in these, all-wheel drive likes to understeer.
Right.
In this, you let off the throttle, that ass end is coming out immediately.
Really?
Yep. And that's the relationship of the diff lockup versus the spring.
Yeah.
And sway bar.
And as far as brakes, is brakes original to the car? Or?
The brakes themselves are. The nice thing is, I focused on weight a lot on this car. So when you start coming down in weight, it's almost like your stock brakes become a big brake kit. You know what I mean? The factory Brembos on these cars are really, really good. So I did, you know, pads, lines, Castrol SRF fluid so it never boils over. I deleted the brake booster because I do a lot of left foot braking in my driving. When you delete the booster, you get way more consistent on and off, especially on and off boost, all that.
Yeah.
For that, you have to size the right cylinder so you don't get a rock hard pedal. The physical brakes themselves are stock.
Yeah. And how much did you lighten the car? What's stock versus where you're at?
Stock, I want to say these are around 3,200. I haven't had it on an official scale. I think it's around 2,800.
So some of the other body mods then, or actually before we do that, exhaust, because the car does make a tone. I did also notice the smell of corn coming out of it as you pulled it.
She runs on corn.
Yeah.
It's the best stuff ever, other than the gas mileage. But yes, it does run fully E85.
Yeah.
Not even flex fuel, just pure
Straight
corn.
E85.
Don't even mess with it.
Sure.
I'm glad you asked about the exhaust because I have a little battle scar here from the previous setup. When I was making 800 horse, I had wastegate dump pipes sticking out the front.
Okay.
Got some burn marks there.
Sweet.
You know, you see little battle scars here and there.
I like it. The scars are good.
They're the best. And then I grew up a little bit. The downpipe is custom made to where the wastegate here actually plumbs back into the downpipe. So when you get on boost, you don't get that bah, like open downpipe sound. You actually get the tone of the motor. Got a scavenging effect. There's a bit of engineering in that I really like. It's pretty cool.
Do you do a lot of all the work yourself?
No. Engine building, absolutely not. Tuning, at this level, there's a guy right down the street, Ronnie Almasi at Speed Lab. He is the Evo genius. Like, me and him sat down, we mapped out this whole build.
This is a real scientist. I'm a pretend internet scientist, so we're gonna nerd out on exactly what happens on high mileage, high usage motors like this.
I did the full tear down. There was a lot of rust repair this thing needed.
That ain't good, man.
Chewy.
That ain't
I
good.
mean, this shit you're used to buying JDM import.
Nah, my shit ain't from Utah.
A lot of time in the sandblast cabinet.
Yeah.
All the suspension stuff I did, but Ronnie fully built the motor. He tunes it, and he looks over that side.
Can we walk through some more of what was done to your body?
So again,
carbon. Doors carbon.
Doors are carbon, yes. And this is the funny part. I kind of wanted to be a little bit street car, right? So I did put factory door panels back on. So it's got factory door panels, but this is an EVO RS model. So RS, Rally Sport. From the factory, they made a small amount of cars that were no radio. Some cars had no AC, aluminum roof, no sound deadening, and crank windows.
Oh yeah.
And no power door locks, all for Lightning. They made those cars because they knew they would just sell those to race teams. You want to build a rally car, you want to build a track car, just buy this. They didn't make a ton of them. In the US, they only had 360 some EVO 9 RSs. So that was another reason to rescue it. Because of that, I didn't have to sit there with dry ice and a chisel. There's nothing. There's what you see, that bare sheet metal.
That's how it comes.
That's how it comes.
Sick.
Took out the rear seats, put a harness bar in, I put the Sparco seats in, all in the name of lightness. But it's so nice to not have to like chisel all that stuff out. Like under the carpet is just bare metal, you know?
So it must be loud and rattly and obnoxious.
Visceral. I come in here on sound deadening headphones.
Yeah.
Because driving from Long Beach, like, yeah.
You're gonna be dying.
Yeah, you're gonna be dying.
Yeah. Wheel tire setup, what do we?
Yeah, so I have a couple, depending on what it's doing.
Okay.
This wheel and tire setup is kind of my day-to-day. It's a Compomotive TH wheel. It's made in the UK. And this is kind of what you'll see on almost every rally car for tarmac. It's pretty narrow. It's an 18 by 8. And it's only a 235 width tire on here. Wow. So I do that because sometimes, you know, you want to rip up on the handbrake, you want to do a little donut, you want to do a little launch. It's easier on the whole drivetrain.
Sure.
My other setup is Volk T37s on a 275 width square all around.
Stock wing?
Stock wing, yes. But it's one of those funny things. You know, every model of car has like different little intricacies. So this is an EVO 9. The RS came with no wing to give you an option of what you want to do. All the 9s came with a hollow carbon fiber wing. And what they started noticing is that on track days where you would get a pretty nasty headwind, they started cracking in the middle. The EVO 8 ones are foam filled. So I found an EVO 8 wing with the foam fill and popped that on here.
And so it bolts straight to this, or is it the whole piece that's?
It bolts straight to the trunk. The rear bumper is what they call the JDM bumper. So in the US with, you know, crash laws and everything, the EVO bumper sticks out to like here. It's huge. It kind of ruins the lines of the car.
Sure.
So JDM bumper, tucks it back in. You do a couple little mods to the bumper beam.
Yeah.
And then inside.
All about business here.
That's it. All business. Got the anti-gravity battery in the back. So these cars, as you can see, it's a tin can back here.
Totally.
Right? Iron block in the front. everything's kind of happening up there. So whatever you could do to shift the weight back is better on these cars.
So you put the anti-gravity that weighs all of about 6 ounces?
Listen, man, it's something. It's something, all right? That cable probably weighs more than the battery.
It does. I'm betting on it for sure.
Yeah, but yeah, you run a couple little things into the back. So yeah, pretty simple stuff. I mean, there's not a whole lot going on these. We could go back inside a little bit.
I would love to. I know there's going to be more
Easter
going
egg
on over here.
This is where some of the fun happens. So this piece right here, it may just look like a metal rod, but this to me is the most special piece on the car. When we were building Ken Block's Hunicorn, the all-wheel drive Mustang, we built it out with RTR. The first time we tested it, it was just tubes. No bodywork, no anything, and no custom handbrake, whatever. This is the handbrake that the very first version of the Hunicorn came with.
Wow, bro.
So,
oh my God, how cool to have that.
It's one of those things that at the time they were like, yeah, it's just like a metal tube. What are we gonna do with this thing? Like, let's throw it out. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, I'm gonna build something someday. I'm gonna put it in there.
And it is going in my car.
Yeah, so.
So you do all the grab brake, throw the thing all over. I mean,
Absolutely.
you must, you're a rally guy.
Yeah, that's what it's built for.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But to do that, you know, going back to the 3 diff thing, you know, you have your front wheels being driven, you have your rears. When you rip a handbrake, something has to break that connection, right? Here, there's a micro switch on the front of the handbrake. So when I pull it, you see it lets that micro switch go.
Yeah.
That opens up the center diff. The rear wheels lock, and it doesn't bind the whole drivetrain, it just locks the rears.
So it shuts down power to the rear for the time you're pulling the brake.
Exactly.
Man, is that brilliant.
Yeah, just little things like that that you have to do. Again, here's those G sensors I was talking about. So that's front to back, side to side, right here. The handbrake itself is a pass-through. So I got my front brake circuit going in here, passes through, and the rear brake circuit goes out there. So again, when I pull it, it blocks off the front brakes, just locks the rears. Another little techie thing is, so this is the sequential shifter right here. The reason that you could do shifts without lifting the throttle at all, there's a sensor right here behind this little carbon plate that senses pressure. So when I pull on this, there's a certain voltage that reads, and it says, okay, I'm getting pulled right now, cut power for that microsecond, and then I let go, sends power back in.
But you don't have to do anything with your right foot except for stay in it.
You just stay in it. No clutch, no nothing.
Oh, it's so good, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you're not under load, then you're clutching when you're shifting.
Exactly. Yeah. So there's a little bit of a learning curve. There's a couple little rules. If your tires are spinning and you want to shift, best practice is clutch in. Those dog gears are kind of banging around against each other. You want that side load against them to be able to make a clean shift. But for the most part, on acceleration, just pop, pop, pop. Zap, 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 bam, bam, bam.
I like that they gave you the option that if you wanted to pretend like you're getting cold air, you can at least try to fake yourself out.
Absolutely nothing, but yeah, you got it there.
Yeah.
And then we got the map switcher here. So I got my street map, I got fun mode, and then absolute kill right there.
So when you're on your driving like Sean mode, what is that power?
The absolute lowest power this car can make is 550.
Did you see how quickly he picked up on absolute lowest power just when I said Sean mode?
I'm not passing any judgments.
Thank you, Ron.
I've seen you drive some fast
that's
stuff.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
Got him.
Well, dude, why don't we get the cameras in here? Let's go just for a light little cruise.
Yeah, just a Sunday cruise on a
Just check out the
Thursday.
beautiful day.
Yeah.
You've been clutching the whole time because you're not under enough load to no lift.
Exactly it.
Yeah. Do you still track and rally and stuff?
As much as I can.
You do?
As much as I could afford.
Yeah, it's not a cheap hobby to have.
Fuck no. Especially rally cars. I mean, it's so funny. When I first moved out to Utah, I had like a street car WRX, and Ken told me, he's like, remember, in rally, the whole car is a consumable. The whole bottom gets sandblasted. Like your fender wells get like, it looks like somebody's with a shotgun in there, just bird shot, you know?
Bad. I'm such a geek. You see me over here? I'm over here already smoking. smiling. Just the slightest amount of feeling the thing pull.
Yeah.
Nothing pulls like all-wheel drive, man.
It really doesn't. It's crazy to me to have such a small tire and it still doesn't spin at all.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah.
Gotta have a little bit of pop in there.
Good D-cell pops, huh? Dude, this thing is so badass. And you're in the mode right now where it's not the fully uncorked,
Yes,
right?
yeah, it's in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're a bit over 6 at the tires.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow, man. That comes on, dude. It really comes on.
Once that boost comes in. And it really shines like 0 to, 100.
Sure, because you don't really need big top speed for what
Exactly.
you're driving. Yeah.
I forgot to mention on video too, it doesn't have ABS. So
really?
Everything is full manual brakes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's radical.
And also,
oh shit, dude.
just locks right up.
Can you do that with the ABS again to lock the brakes up?
Oh, he wanted to know if you could lock it again. This thing's so fun, dude.
And that's what it's about. Like, it's not about like absolute quarter-mile time or anything. It's just fucking a car you can have fun in,
Yeah.
like.
Did you get inspired for rally because of working with Ken, or was it prior to that?
Prior to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm first generation American. My parents are from Poland. So
Oh.
when I came over, I didn't know about American sports. All we watched was either boxing or racing. And I was a skinny little kid. I wasn't trying to get punched in the face. So for me, it was race cars.
Driving it was.
Yeah.
Dude, this thing's such a smile maker. I
It is.
swear.
The best part is it's like a mid 10-second car that handles,
Yes.
That's the cool thing. You can take it to a canyon and
But it's mid-10s in the quarter, huh?
I would say, yeah, right around there.
Yeah, yeah.
On my
Oh,
previous setup, it was probably a lot closer to a 9, but I wanted more response out of it,
man. Yeah.
so I went a little smaller on the turbo.
I fucking love your car, dude. I just dig this thing, man. I'll take over one of the cameras and we'll get one of you guys in here now. So fun, man.
Yeah.
Just so fun.
All right.
All right, big dog. Let's do it.
Light work. Light work.
Hey, have some emotion this time, okay?
Maybe.
All right.
Oh my gosh. It's just like a roller coaster.
It's pretty fun. That like ramp in on the power.
I
is
wasn't
great.
ready for it. I was giving that semi-truck driver a heads up.
That's why I was like, oh, he's not looking. I got him.
Oh my. Dude, that is insane. Oh my gosh. Literally feels like I'm lost into space right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish we could go to a track or something, because this thing is like on handling, it's so direct, you know, like
Yeah.
grip, you know? Good.
All right, let's do it.
That is so cool.
It's just so like, bah, bah, bah.
I love it. It's like a video game.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is, yeah.
I can't imagine this actually doing rally racing.
Oh, that's the thing. Like, you bring this thing to a track, you'll be shocked. Like, it handles so well. Like, the straight line speed's just one of the party tricks, you know?
It feels really good. Oh, the sequential. Oh, the smell. I love E85, dude.
But yeah, like, handling
Oh
wise,
my.
like, you can pull some G's.
Did you
in
do
this
that
thing.
with them too?
Yeah.
Holy shit. No clutch, right?
Nope.
Oh, the brakes, dude.
Oh, the brakes.
Oh my God, it's
The
so
brakes are
good.
serious, yeah. I mean, like,
This is a roller coaster.
so physical.
Hey, it's violent, dude. Wow.
It's just diff stuff. No big deal.
Whoa. That is so much fun, dude.
Street car.
Yeah, semi-street car. I mean, it does feel pretty tame, like driving it like this.
Street driving, like,
yeah.
I pop a set of AirPods in just to get a little bit of noise canceling, because on the highway after a while, it gets a little annoying, but honestly, like, I will go run errands in this thing. Starts
You
up,
drive
no
it from
problem.
Long Beach?
Yeah.
You drove it from Long Beach? Holy shit.
Oh yeah. I'll drive it fucking anywhere.
Wow.
That was my whole goal, is like no trailer, no nothing.
Yeah. And we're right in here. Oh my God. That was, dude.
It's just so easy in this
This
thing.
car
you know, you
is
just-
too much fun, bro.
Sean and Chris left us because they're old and they can't handle this, but Ron's gonna do a nice two-step for us. Chin up.
Turn it off. Oh.
I was not expecting that.
No,
that
that's-
was the worst one we've ever experienced. I actually shit myself.
That was not only fun, I've just decided that is definitely one of the cars I would put in the realm of the ultimate car. Why? That's a mid 10-second quarter-mile car. It's a car you could rally, you can canyon it. If it's snowing out, you can still do all of that stuff and do it safely and have a blast doing it. Not to mention, if you actually know how to drive like Ron does, you can grab the fun brake and, well, have a bunch of fun. Remember, June 6th, today, this shirt and the other shirt and our super cool socks are now live. And if you haven't checked it out yet, head over to the Autotopia LA podcast channel. It's live on YouTube as well as on Apple and Spotify. Thanks for hanging and watching what we do, man, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, you guys, later.